Welcome to EMP's presentation on robotics, the future of warehouse operations. In this presentation, we'll provide an overview of the role robotics plays in warehouse automation and explain how adoption of this technology could impact EMP's business operations. Our presenters are Barclay Howard, David Lasico, Mario Ponce, Vijaya Singh, and me, Angela Easter. How does robotics enhance warehouse automation? Generally, automation is achieved by programming robots to do certain tasks and then integrating the robots into an environment where they perform tasks with little to no human assistance. At EMP, this technology could be used in the areas of order fulfillment, inventory control, and demand and consumption analysis. In the following slides, we'll explain the broad organizational impact of robotics in a warehouse environment, what main advantages and disadvantages the technology brings to business, how we expect this technology to evolve in the coming months and years, and finally, we'll conclude with some thoughts on EMP's path forward in the adoption of robotics automation for warehouse operations. Now I'll hand over to Barclay for a look at organizational impacts.
The implementation of robotics and automating our distribution center operations will have an impact on our organization. My research reveals 3 areas that will be affected significantly: our structure, competitive advantage, and revenue goals. Structurally, our new workforce will look drastically different than today. Humans and robots will share warehouse space and be required to interact with each other. Some entry-level jobs, for example, product pickers, will be reduced or permanently eliminated. However, there will be a need for workers with high-level technical skills in robotics. According to a study conducted by Avarto, nearly a quarter of U.S. shoppers canceled orders because of slow delivery speeds. One attribute that gives us an edge over our competitors is our operational efficiency in fulfilling online purchases. The COVID-19 crisis has placed immense demand on e-commerce. Automating our manual processes will substantially increase productivity due to robotics' ability to process more tasks faster than humans with minimum mistakes and errors. Leveraging robotics will differentiate us from our competitors and position us as leaders in the supply chain industry. Robotics is the future of warehouse operations, and it fits seamlessly into our future growth plans. With a reduction in human labor costs and errors, and increased throughput, productivity, and warehouse capacity utilization, we will meet our customers' needs and profits will rise. Next, Vijaya will discuss advantages.
There are several advantages of using robots in warehouses. We have listed here top 4 of them. First one is increased performance and efficiency. By using robotic technologies, warehouses can improve their productivity without affecting the quality. Warehouse operators will be able to handle much larger volume of goods per day. Robots can increase accuracy and accelerate repetitive processes when used side by side with human. Second one is improved accuracy. The use of robots in the warehouse means that there is little chance of error in relation to human labor. In addition to errors, this system reduces the time taken to go to different parts of the warehouse only. That is why employees focus more on quality control. Third one is improved safety. Robots can work with programmed sensors to avoid other robots and objects. This benefit reduces the chance of serious accidents that could affect a worker's health and safety. Also, in today's pandemic scenario, robots can be used to maintain social distancing. Fourth one is cost reduction. Using robots in a warehouse optimizes the need in human workforce. In addition, robots offer more flexibility because they can run continuously for 24/7 and only stop for maintenance needs. This is a simulation by Tokyo Robotics on how robots can work in warehouses while avoiding collisions. It can be very beneficial in increasing safety of warehouses. Slides on disadvantages will be presented by David.
Thank you, Vijaya. As Barkley mentioned earlier, this transition will change the dynamic of our workforce. Some of our current positions will be reduced or eliminated altogether. As mentioned in the Global Robotics Industry Journal, May of 2020, this change in the labor market may cause some social unrest, especially in our local community, as this implementation will cause more jobs to be eliminated than what will be created. Furthermore, many of our employees that will be displaced do not currently have the skills or training required for the jobs that will be created. Also, as noted in a study by Parker in 2020, the largest current challenge in this field is people. Again, as discussed in the Global Robotics Industry Journal, these systems will require a great deal of skill and expertise to maintain and operate. There are not enough qualified candidates for the current needs in the market. This is likely to inflate the cost to hire employees until the workforce and job market even out, which could take several years to accomplish. Another factor to consider is the large startup costs involved. According to the journal Global Robotics Industry, May of 2020, one of the main constraints for implementing a robotic system is the cost of implementation. These systems come with a hefty price tag. However, due to efficiencies and labor savings, a well-implemented system can see an ROI within a year or two. One additional note here is that as robotic systems become more popular, costs are likely to decrease over time. Waiting to implement this system may provide some cost savings or the ability to have a more robust system at the same price point. Finally, with any technology, there's always the worry of hackers and cyber attacks. This could lead to downtime, damage to the warehouse, injuries, or even possible fatalities to the remaining warehouse staff. We will need to be diligent in ensuring that our systems are implemented in a secure environment. Next, Mario will discuss the future concerns.
Future concerns. In recent years, there has been increased attention on the impact of robotic automation on many industries, their huge expansion and use on different industry fields. For the most part, this impact has been, as expected, positive. We can't deny that the use of robotics has changed our life for good. Supply chain operation has not been the exception. The use of process automation in warehouse areas has exponentially optimized operations. By streamlining processes, scaling unnecessary manual tasks, and making the whole process more efficient. Big and small corporations will continue to finance new projects, looking to integrate newer technologies to its operations, with the goals of enhancing internal processes, maximizing throughput, and above all, reducing cost. Many business opportunities will be created every year, and those companies that adopt quicker to technology advantages will inevitably become the most successful. robotic automation is considered the new normal in supply chain environments. Considering the adaptability of robot devices to perform efficiently basic transactions as well as complex activities, automation has become an accepted part of regular material handling operation in warehouses and in production areas. Automation, as expected, will bring new challenges in the future. Technology-based careers will focus on new and emerging technologies. In the future, IT professionals will be required to manage a particular set of skills, perhaps even a new language. In general, the IT professional will constantly be learning, trying to keep up with the rapid changes. In other words, users will need a constant commitment to update knowledge. The number of robots will only increase in the future. Therefore, the future of robotics is at a certain point predictable. The robots' activities will exponentially become more and more indispensable every day. As new technologies emerge, such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, and many others, will facilitate the incorporation of robotic automation to many of our current manual tasks.
Thank you, Mario. Based on our research, we conclude that EMP would benefit from adopting a robotic system for warehouse automation, with a few caveats. There's little doubt that the improved efficiency, accuracy, safety, and labor savings a robotic system delivers would translate into decreased costs for EMP. We can expect increased profitability as a result. However, to leverage the full potential of a warehouse robotic system, we must keep up with the evolutionary speed of this kind of technology. Practically speaking, this means investing in advanced workforce training for repair and maintenance needs, and adequately budgeting for module upgrades as necessary. Further, thanks to machine learning, robots are becoming smarter and more integrated. They can learn from newer data, but only if newer data are accessible. If we are to harness the power of warehouse robotics in the coming years, we must examine and dismantle the information silos that exist interdepartmentally and among our vendors. While we recognize community perception may initially be negative, particularly with expected workforce reduction, we feel that the impact can be mitigated and that the benefits of efficiency and cost savings outweigh potential risks. In short, EMP has adequate resources and is well positioned to benefit from the adoption of a warehouse robotics in the short term. But future resources must be allocated to skills training, system upgrades, and data accessibility in order to achieve long-term success with the use of this technology. We hope you found our presentation on robotics, the future of warehouse operations, informative and useful. For more information on our research sources, please see the references slide at the end of this presentation.